in the Motor City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Play action. It's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. And even 20 yards and a 1st down on the game's very first play. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now it's Fields. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. But Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return, and the Lions will take over. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Griffin. And that's out to the flat for Swift. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
On 3rd down, Griffin. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll start out here with the option left. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they can pull off the season sweep.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Fields on 3rd down.
Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
On 4th down, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
This time, Griffin will throw.
He'll get this off to Swift.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. And they've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages, blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Griffin.
Open man is Quintez Cephus.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and
1. Throwing again, Griffin. He's got it to Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a dump off here complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. RG3 taking it in from 11 yards out, and the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you play on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
Now this throw caught left side. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
A nice throw there for the first down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think, a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, 4, 5, 6 years old, and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's gone from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
Second and 10.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the gun, here's Swift. Swift's got the first down and then some.
Touchdown, Detroit!
The CD, there are touchdown runs and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to it. And that's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And the next-gen stats are going to show us the total distance he covered there, better than 70 yards.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. From the gun, here's Fields. And he rifles one incomplete.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The NFC's Pro Bowl punter a year ago, Jack Fox, on to punt for the Lions.
Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Returnable for Grant. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll fake the handoff, now Fields. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. Touchdown, Chicago!
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Santos with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Lions 14, Bears 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And in for the Lions touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Throwing again is Fields. This one swung out to Williams.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Back to throw, Fields.
This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown.
Cole Kmet, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14.
48. Bears 14. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballentine. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Keep playing hard.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Now it's Griffin.
They'll find Swift out of the backfield.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action, it's Griffin.
And this one taken in by Cephas.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Griffin.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, Griffin.
He gets this complete to Cephas.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They go play action with Griffin. Rolling to his right.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage, and it was nearly intercepted.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Play action. Now Griffin. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
On second down, Swift. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Goff. Being chased out left.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And right side, they're going to go option here. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw there taken in by Hodge. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
First down at the 23-yard line.
Goff a handoff here to Swift. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
And they'll try the option on first and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. On the option to give to Swift here. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Griffin. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Bears 14. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On the option to give to Swift here. And some room to work. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
115 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Here's Goff. It's complete to Williams. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete.
Touchdown, Detroit. Hunter Bryant, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions just continue to pour it on.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more.
Lions 45, Bears 14. Jack Fox to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these. Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football, and the Lions have recovered.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now a first and 10 at the 11.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7.
36, 36.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
Brings up 4th down and 1.
Watch the screen. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. RG3 with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Point after try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
52, Bears 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts now to return it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Third and long. It's Fields.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked by Jeff Okudah.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And he's got room. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
161 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. That's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Griffin now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. It's caught by Bryant. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.